Why do we act? And what is acting? You say that acting is just plain pretend. But if we pretend that we are acting, because acting's something living begin. Acting is real, but so is faking. And there are fakings that seem more funny nice. Reality sucks, and so does acting. But here we are in behind eyes. I am a professional actor, member of the screen actors here. I have so many things to tell you, so get ready for your mind to be filled. Acting is life, and life is a joke. You can't have a fire without having smoke. This is a class, and I am your teacher, so tell me, what do I need to do to reach you?
Hello and welcome to Connor Ratliff Presents the Acting Class. My name is Connor Ratliff and this is the Acting Class. I want to tell you, I don't know if for those of you who have attended the class before, just make a noise if you've attended the class before. Any noise will do. I may look a little bit different. Today I was working on set. I was acting professionally and they decided they wanted to darken my beard. So my beard, which normally is charitably referred to as salt and pepper, meaning some of it is a young man's hair and other hairs are old man hairs, the hairs of a dying of a corpse, like the kind of hairs that will continue to grow after my soul has left my body. That's what like 40 to 60% of the beard normally is. But right now you can tell it's entirely darkened. I don't know if that matters, but in case it was distracting, I wanted to lead with it because I didn't want you to think I was trying to fool anybody. And fooling people is part of what acting is about because you want to get to a deeper truth. So in a way, these are the tools that are acting adjacent. Makeup, hair, these are effects, practical effects. There are digital enhancements that people do to change. But I don't concern myself with those things. Those are things that you need them, you don't need them. Here on the stage, I find that you really don't need them. You can do anything to transform into something that you are not. And that is fundamentally what we're here to talk about. Now, by a show of hands, I want to know how many people here identify as actors versus non-actors. And I want to define my terms before we start with the showing of hands, the ceremonial showing of hands. Hello and welcome to class. It's okay. I want to say, because in a real class, like in real academic situations, a lot of times when people walk in after class has begun, the acting teachers will be horrific. They will be so mean about it. And I want you to know that I'm not going to do that. Even if I did it, it would just be pretending. I'm not mad. I don't care about it. But I've been in classes where I've been on time and I've watched other people arrive slightly late and they act as if a war crime has been committed. No! Everyone else here respected the time, but not you! That's the kind of thing that they'll do, and it's bullshit. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I barely said anything. I dyed my beard for a commercial. That's all. I didn't even dye it. Someone else, they took a little brush and they made it. So I'm not trying to fool anybody. I know how old I am, and I know that the end is near. I am in a peculiar mood because I've been acting for money all day. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. It's fine. Oh, are you together? Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to say, hello, welcome to class. The thing is, it's fun. We're all on our own timetable. I spent most of the day. Here's the reason why I'm genuinely I know I'm drawing attention. It's all in good fun. I spent most of the day thinking I might not make it to the class. I didn't want to cancel this show. And I knew there was a risk. And every time they would start to film something else, I was going, because we were filming in New Jersey, and I kept thinking maybe it was selfish of me, because what if people are on their way now to the theater and maybe nothing will happen? There was a chance that I just wouldn't have been here, and that would have been like this. This is what it would have been like, okay? I'm going to turn the microphone that's backstage on. Let me see, does this mic work? The backstage mic? The backstage mic? Let's turn on this backstage. Okay, great. So this is what the show would have been like. I mean, minus the voiceover. Like, you wouldn't maybe, this would be just your inner monologue, or maybe you talk with each other. But this is what the show could have been. This is what I genuinely risked today. It just would have been a different show, you know? It would have been very, and maybe it would have been better. Who knows? Maybe I'm blowing it. Maybe that would have been something really interesting. Like, we went to a show the other night in New York City, and it was really interesting because no one came out. It was so brave. It was just daring. It was just like, it was like nothing I'd ever seen. There was a black box on the stage and some chairs, and we sat there in silence. And then we started laughing, and we started feeling something. And we realized we were just filling in the blanks. We were imagining like a much better show than what might have really happened. So when you show up late for class, just know that part of the reason why I don't judge that is because I almost completely missed the entire show. Because ironically, I was busy being a working actor, which was my whole credential for even doing this. But it was a real risk, and it was selfish because, you know, I could have just told the theater, like, hey, I can't make it, put something else in the slot. And I actively didn't do that. I spent all day just riding this wave of like, am I gonna make it or not? And then I got here like hours ago. I just sat up there in the corner thinking, man, I guess I didn't need to worry all day. If you have ever acted in anything, a local TV commercial, a web ad, a school production, a workplace skit at a holiday party. If you've ever gotten up in front of people or in front of a camera and pretended to be someone or something other than yourself, even if you just did it for a few seconds, you are an actor. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's all cheer. Everybody, yeah, let's hear it. If you've never done that, then you're not an actor. All right, so now we know, and I will not push back. If you say I'm an actor, I believe you. All right? Because even if you're lying about it, that's acting. It means you're halfway there. But if you are a non-actor, and I find out that you do something that is really the same as acting, I'll push back a little. I might actually get a little bit intense with you. And I know I'm shooting myself in the foot here because I rely on a certain amount of participations. And I realize that I set up these circumstances where it makes it very intimidating for anyone to raise their hand and volunteer and talk to me. But I promise I'll be nice. Look at how nice I was to the people who showed up late. I couldn't have been sweeter. All right. How many people here identify as actors? By a show of hands. I mean, almost everybody. All right, okay, word is getting out. Well, that's buzz in the industry. It shows that actors are turning up like, I gotta get to this class, I gotta learn more, I gotta perfect my craft. How many people identify as non-actors according to the terms that I laid out in precise detail? No non-actors? No non-actors? Come on, I promise I won't. If you don't want, are you a non-actor? No, you just scratching your face?
You didn't say voice acting. Is voice acting that?
Voice acting is acting. Yeah, get a shirt made. Voice acting is acting. And on the back it just says, I believe it. All right, so so there's no non-actors here, not one, or I just have scared. You're a non-actor?
No, it's just acting.
Bravo! All right, okay, so now we're all actors. We can say the things that we don't want the non-actors to hear. All our little secrets, tricks of the trade. I think there are, because it wasn't not everybody raised their hand. I should have looked for the people who didn't raise their hands when I asked for actors, because that would have been the tip-off. And I realized it's just that we have some first of all, if you're a non-actor, that's smart. Sorry to say it, it's just smart. Like, you're not an actor? That's a smart move, because it's hard to be an actor. It's maybe the hardest thing there is. It's not. That was acting. But I realized that we just have some very smart non-actors who just wanted to come here and watch and not participate. So I'm going to have to talk to an actor. I'm going to have to talk to an actor. Is there anyone here who has acted for money in the past year? I'm going to go with you because you've already demonstrated that you got chops. You fooled me with your acting. What's your first name?
Ellen.
Ellen. And what acting did you do for money in the past calendar year?
I acted like I cared about any software launch that we were doing in my job.
You're not in the entertainment industry. You're in the software industry?
But I get paid to pretend.
You get paid to pretend. So yes, you understand the assignment, as the young people like to say. I just read an article in the New York Times about how if you say you're Googling something, it means you're old, because young people say, search it up. I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but I'm not going to say that. I draw the line there. I'm not going to say search it up or search up blank. I draw the line. But I would play a character who is younger, like if they color my beard, I'll say, hey, search it up. So you work in, what is the precise industry that you work in?
I worked at Google.
Okay, so how did I even know to bring it up? Something clearly, you communicated something through your acting. Oftentimes, here's the thing, oftentimes acting, there's the text, and then there's the subtext. And the text is what is written, what you have to deliver. And the subtext is something hidden underneath. And this is, the actor's job is to bring that subtext forth. And you gotta bring, you can't say it because subtext is unspoken. But clearly, when you lied to me before, through the craft of acting, something in the subtext told me, I should bring up this Google thing. So you work for Google. Worked. Been replaced by a robot, I assume? A machine?
Yep.
How long did you spend training your machine replacement?
4 years.
4 years. And now just a mediocre bot makes mistakes constantly,
Yeah.
and that's what you used to do, I assume, better.
It does a better job at pretending to care.
Right. Oh, you got me there. Like when the AIs do things like that. Yeah, you're right. You caught me in a mistake. I really shouldn't have lied to you like that, but that's what I do. I thought you wanted to hear that. So, what was your job title at Google? You're not under any legal. I mean, you're anonymous here.
I mean, kind of, but I don't care.
And what was your first name again?
Ellen.
Ellen. But how many Ellens could have worked at Google? I mean, search it up. So Ellen, you worked at Google for 4 years,
Yes.
a full presidential administration's worth of working at Google. And I assume during that time, you had to act a lot.
Yes, I did.
Did you, when you were at work, did you feel like you were a completely different person or just a partial, just a reinterpretation?
Partial.
So a different Ellen, like
Yes.
there's real world Ellen,
Yes.
and then there's Google Ellen.
I'll put it this way. It's my job to make other people feel comfortable.
Right, and you can't do that by being...
And I am not comfortable ever.
Yeah.
I think everything is going to go wrong, but I have to be something else for other people.
So at Google, your job was to make people feel like there's a new thing that Google's doing,
And it's going to be okay.
and it's going to be okay. Not
And I
that
know
it's-
it's not, and they know it's not, but I'm going to tell
How
them.
do they know it's not?
Just do.
Because I get the sense that you're savvy.
Because why would anything good happen ever?
Someone has been paying attention to the world! Why would anything good ever happen? No reason. I can't think of one goddamn reason why anything good would ever happen. Which is why it's a miracle when good things do happen. Because there's no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, it's terrifying if you really think about it. There is no reason for anything good to ever happen. Ever. Ever. Like this right now is pretty nice, right? Like we are in a contained space below the ground and nothing too bad is happening. Like even if you don't like this show, that's not the worst thing that's ever going to happen to you. If this show is the worst thing that ever happens to you, Congratulations. Feel great about it. So what's an example of a Google product? What's the one that you thought, this is the worst? I can't believe that Google has sunk to this level. And I gotta make people feel good about it.
I worked on internal compliance stuff, so it's not that exciting. But in general, AI is making us a lot dumber. Like very quickly.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very proud of the fact that this show utilizes as little AI as is possible. Like, not even that much I, to be quite frank. I mean, it's all I, but in the sense of me. You know what I mean? Like it's like the purest, for me, the purest form of I is me. But not I as an intelligence. So, let's go back though to like maybe the first thing, were you excited to start working at Google?
My wallet was, yes.
Your wallet was.
Yes.
So you're in it for the money. I gotta share something with you today. The job that I did today, I did it for the money. It wasn't a dream job. It's not something that I'd been like waiting for. It's not something that when it came across my life as an opportunity, I thought, oh yes, this is why I do this. I did it for the money. So we are very, like I feel this. Your first day at Google, what was it like?
Weird because it was remote. It was still pandemic-y.
Pandemic-y.
Mm-hmm.
So late pandemic, like pre-vaccine?
I think I had
Post-vaccine.
one vaccine.
You had one, you're waiting for that second one. You're not venturing out yet.
Yeah, so I didn't get the, spinner hat orientation situation.
Right, so you were just at your, what do you have, a desktop or a laptop? Laptop, okay. And how many people were you working with? How many boxes were on your screen? Just one big one or many?
First couple weeks was maybe like 5 or 6 people.
All right, and all remote, or was anyone
All
venturing
remote.
out? All remote. So you're just seeing everybody's houses.
Yeah.
And you're just there. Do you have AirPods or?
No, I'm straight
just
from
like
the speaker.
letting it, just like fill my home.
Yep.
The sounds of my new job.
It's a studio, it's not that much to fill.
Yeah, well then it can fill it. Yeah. And what did you have to do on that first day?
I had to convince people that I was smart and nice.
And
to
how did
fit
you,
in with everybody else.
Ellen? How did you do that?
I am smart and nice, so
you just
I did
used
not have to act.
this. Well, no. It's not that you didn't have to act. It's that you already had the resources within yourself to apply in this new role. Smart and nice Ellen in the real world.
Yes.
You just do whatever you want within ethical and moral guidelines that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
But Google Ellen, the
I had to be
rules are
positive.
different.
That's what I had to do. I had to be positive.
You don't say, I think what's the first thing that you remember having to lie about, sort of, that this is a good thing?
Oh my God. That we were prepared to make a decision. Whether to use third-party or first-party software.
We are prepared to make a decision to use third-party or first-party software. It's one or the other, and we are primed to make that choice. All right? I hope is everyone with me? All right? First person,
Spot on.
third person. It's a binary choice, one or the other, or maybe we use neither. I mean, I think that I gotta say, I think that would be a mistake to not use software at all. So I do think I want to put that choice on the table. No more software, and stop using the software we're using currently. That would be basically dissolve the company, or just change it so it's no longer in any way computer based. Which I don't know if we've considered that. Like, if we considered because I think someday, and I'm thinking big picture here, Google, what do we call each other? What do we call each other? Google friends? Google?
Unfortunately, it's Googlers. Wait until you hear what we call dogs.
Oh.
Dooglers.
What? You call them what?
We call them dooglers if you brought your dog into the office.
Dooglers.
I should say we, the institution calls them that.
Yeah, Ellen, I get it. DOOGLERS?
That's right.
Like dog with goop. I'm sorry. It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
You're not wrong.
We need to start planning Googlers. Let's bring the lights back in, make it intense. We need to start planning for a non-computer future for Google, where first-party and third-party software are not even an option. Post-electricity, post-AI, post-computer. Essentially, I'm talking about, what we're going through right now, I think we're going to get through it. I think we are. I got my first jab, waiting for that second one. But this is just a little taste. And there will be a point where, I know we're saying that some of this stuff like AI is here to stay, but I do think at one point the electrical grid will be a memory. And we got to ask ourselves, what for Google then? What do Googlers do when there's no computers left? And I think it's the smart play to get ahead of it and start thinking, what is it like when Google's just out in the wild? Like, Google doesn't have to end just because the computers died and the electricity is gone. like fire's not going away. Like, fire's here to stay. And I think Google can be competitive with fire in a real way. Like, I really think, but we have to figure out what it is, because right now we are dependent on first-party and third-party software to continue existing. And I know we have to make this choice. I know we have to make it. And I just want to make everybody feel good. Hold on. I can't believe this. I can't believe I did this. In the middle of our meeting. I am so sorry. God, this is embarrassing. You know what? I'm going to take the battery out of my phone. And I'm sorry, I have a hammer, and I'm just gonna destroy my fucking phone! I'm sorry. I shouldn't have left my device on during this, what do we call it?
Meeting.
And I love that we went traditional with not renaming it just because we're Googlers.
Yeah, that's right.
Bunch of Googlers with Googlers. Bunch of Googlers with Googlers, and we just have a meeting. We didn't feel the need with a tremendously annoying new word for what this is. And what did we decide, first party or third party? Or did we go with both? A little bit of both?
We actually did, it was both.
You know what? Why decide? Who says we can't have it all? Thank you, Ellen. Yes, let's applaud for Ellen's bravery, and best of luck in whatever your post-Google reality is. Where are you at now, Bing? Nowhere. And nowhere, it's a form of everywhere. So congratulations. Nowhere is the place to be. I feel like we're all there, kind of, right? We're all a little bit of nowhere these days. All right, I want to talk to another actor, someone from a different realm. If you're in the tech sphere in any way, that spot is blown. We're not going to do any more tech talk if we can avoid it, unless you got something really juicy and you want to break an NDA. I want to talk to another actor. Who's an actor here who has, oh, you're ready, and I haven't even finished the thought, and you're just casually ready, and I like that confidence. What's your first name?
James.
James. Do you go by Jim or Jimmy, or just James?
Just James.
It bother you when people make it a nickname?
Frequently, yeah.
Frequently, and you're like, don't diminish me.
Especially Jimbo.
Jimbo. Yeah. Is there anyone that you like enough that you would allow Jimbo from them?
No.
Wow. What's the most recent role you played, James?
I was Jim, the gentleman caller in the Glass Menagerie.
Jim, the gentleman caller. Now, when you play a Jim and you're a James, and you're not a Jimbo, do you think Jim from the Glass Menagerie would like it if he was called Jimbo? Or is that a thought that occurred to you in your process in any way?
Frequently. No,
Frequently.
I think he would have been okay with Jimbo.
And if I remember correctly, she shows him all her little, he's got his hat, right? He got a hat?
Yeah.
You hang up the hat?
Yep.
Yeah, hang up that hat. So familiar with the Glass Menagerie. And then she shows you all the little animals, and you're like, oh, look at those. Right?
Yep.
And then he's like a dirtbag, right? He's like bad, right?
Yeah, the way we played it was a confusing moment.
You found the kernel of decency within him, right? You see, I was going to set you a little trap because people sort of look at him like, oh, he breaks her heart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
He does. Undeniable. Those are just facts on the ground. It's just straight reporting. But he doesn't think he's a bad guy, right?
No.
He's just like, look, yeah, nice little animals. I gotta get out of here, right? It's not for me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta think about it from his point of view. It's like, oh yeah, cool. These are great little collection of animals you got. Not for me, not for me. Nope. This is not what I'm gonna spend the rest of my life doing. Gotta get out of here. And this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt her feelings. But I gotta go. I get my hat. Just go on with my life. I don't want to be a part of this thing. This is a brief thing that I considered, and then I just made a different choice. And nobody wrote that play. Nobody writes about like his journey, where he goes from there. What do you think? What do you think? Did you think about this? Did you think about what happens to Jim? In James's version of Jim, what happens to Jim after he exits the play?
Well, we kind of did a whole different thing, in a way. He, through the course of it,
Yeah.
does fall in love with her.
Oh God, I love this lady.
And then-
just hate her fucking animal collection. Creep me out, weird hobby. No way.
But he's getting married.
Not to her.
Not to her.
I've already made plans with another woman. Now I meet this woman. She's got my heart. This new woman, but I can't. It's a dilemma for Jim.
And so he leaves and has a loveless marriage.
I would look. Not that I don't like this, but I gotta go take my medicine. You know, this would have been good. Not those. I would have. Day one, those are in the garbage. Day one, just like we don't need these. We're married. Like if I had what was her name again?
Laura.
Lauren?
Laura.
Laura. Day one, we're married. I love you so much, Laura. I got a funny idea. For our honeymoon, let's take all these fucking glass animals, throw them out the window. And if she really loves me, she'll do it. It will be fun, right? And then we spend it, but no, I'm not. That's a dream. That's a dream. I gotta go marry someone I don't love. Oh, the tragedy is me. This whole play full of little tragedies. Everyone's life is just its own little tragedy. Oh, I could have had it all with Laura. Her little glass animals I can't stand. Dumb hobby for a grown woman. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's like, Laura, be honest. You come over to my house and it's filled with fucking Funko Pops? You're not wild about that, right? In the history of women, all right? In the history of women, the percentage of women who arrive at a man's house or apartment and see lots of Funko Pops, single-digit numbers, are good with it. 9% clocked. of human women, when they, even if they like Funko Pops, like the percentage of women who like Funko Pops is actually much higher than 9%. But the percentage of women, and this has been, scientists have, this is, I'm not just throwing this out. 9% of women, upon arriving at a man's home, seeing more than 3 Funko Pops, 9% or less are good with it. Because it says something, right? You shouldn't have that many unless you have a really interesting excuse. I don't want to get into it. This show is not personal. It's not about me. I'm not going to, I promise you, I'm not going to reveal it during this class. Because that's my business. I have in my apartment a wall, like a mountain of boxed Funko Pops. But I promise you, and I would not act or lie about this. I have a fairly interesting excuse, like a fairly interesting reason. But most people don't have that. Most people, there is simply no justification for having more than 3 Funko Pops in your home. I think if you have 3 and you get a 4th, you got to throw one of them out. That's just the simple math of it. And this is not just me. That scientists have looked at this. Studies have shown if you have more than 3 Funko Pops, you have an illness. And that's why I don't feel bad about judging you, Laura. Because I think you would have the same thing. But now I gotta go, and I'll never see Laura again. It's a sad time for old Jimbo. Him, not you. You can't be upset when other Jameses are Jimbos. You can be upset if someone makes you a Jimbo, or attempts to, and I never will. You've made your preference clear, you are a James. Not even an ounce of Jimbo do I detect on you. But this guy, who just said no to what is potentially in your production the love of his life, to go fulfill somewhat obligation, why do you do it? Why do you feel the need to get married to the woman you got married to in your production?
I think it was setting him up for life. Yeah.
Money. Same reason Ellen worked for Google. My wife is my money. My wife is my money. What a sick, sad world. That's it. My love is gone, and my life is my money. It's all I care about. I'm with someone I can barely tolerate, just for that cold hard cash. Oh boy. And you think he's not a Jimbo? That is classic Jimbo. Jimbos are all about the Benjamins. All right? They want that money. That is the cardinal trait of a Jimbo. They cannot resist that moolah. Your final performance as Jim in the Glass Menagerie, were you still discovering things about the character that you didn't know the first time that you performed it? How many times did you perform it?
We did about 10 shows.
10 shows. And show number 1, show number 10, Jim change?
I think so.
How did he change? That's fascinating. I thought you might say no, but you said yes.
Well,
now I want to know why.
I wouldn't say change on a fundamental level.
No, not in a fundamental way. No, that would be insane. Oh my God, 10 shows. Like, no, incremental, subtle.
Yes.
Subtle. The audience might not even notice. They might someone go to all 10 shows. First of all, what's that person's deal? Someone goes to all 10 shows. By show 10, they're like, something a little different. But they're not like, oh my God, you should have been here show 1. Jim came in on 2 legs. Show 10, he'd crawl around on all 4s like a wild beast. What was the change that you detected in your Jim?
I think each show he's fallen more in love with it.
Oh my God, the love grew.
Yeah.
Show 1. How much love, percentage-wise?
75.
75%. A solid C.
Solid C. Yeah.
Solid C. I love her.
but just as much as anybody would. Just an average amount of love. I love you, as anyone would. You're great. I hate your collection, but I love you. Solid C. And then 10 shows. So, all right, C, B minus, B, B plus, A minus, A plus. There's 3 I don't get. 3 that are such subtle demarcations. Show 10, he loves her more. Is there any way it manifests itself that you could describe to me?
I was on the verge of tears in leaving.
First show, dry as a bone. Both sockets, the Sahara Desert. Show 10, copious tears. Waterfalls of emotion. Oh, can't believe I'm never gonna see those animals again even. I even miss them, Laura. I think it's such a stupid hobby. I love you, Laura. I love you and I love your Glass Menagerie. And I hate what I'm doing to you. All subtext. These are not lines from the play. All subtext. I don't have the play memorized. I've never been in a production of the Glass Menagerie. I saw the movie once. And I read it. But I've never seen a production. And you had me wishing that I'd seen yours, James. You were satisfied with your performance?
By the end, yeah.
By the end. Good answer. What's next for you, James? What's on the horizon?
I moved here a month and a half ago, and I've been auditioning for a bunch of stuff, so hopefully something soon.
You'll be working before I book something again. It's just true. It's just true.
All right, I want to talk to an actor over here. I haven't talked to an actor over here. Is there anyone over here? I won't even give it a, because James didn't need a qualification. I just started a sentence and he went. He wanted to talk. Is there any actor over here? You know what? I've never done this before. Any actor over here have a question about acting? Anyone over here? Oh, you got it all figured out? Oh, interesting. Okay, you got a question?
Yeah.
What's your question?
How do you go about eating?
Eating?
Yeah.
Just the basics? I mean, poorly, if I'm being honest. I make bad choices. You mean eating while acting? Like, you gotta say your lines? Well, what's your, I want to drill down here. What are you really looking for? What do you want to know? Acting, eating? How do we act like I'm eating?
Yeah.
Well, see this apple? Tastes good. Tastes exactly as a real apple tastes like a good apple. Oh, hold on. I have some stuck in my teeth. There, I got it.
I mean, can you do that here? Eat the apple.
Whoa.
Ah. This guy's on it. This guy's on it.
Yeah, you're eating it. Looks like you're doing fine. I believe it. Is that really what we wanted to know? Or are you talking about like continuity? Like, I'll tell you this. If you're filming something and there's like a food scene, the one thing you don't want to do is just eat any of the food at all, because then they'll say, okay, let's go back to one, and you have to eat the same amount of food, basically. You have to keep eating the food. So I like to like play with food and stuff and not quite eat it, because then when they go back, I'm just like, well, I never ate food in the scene, so I'm kind of just like doing whatever. I once had to eat a bunch of hard-boiled eggs in a scene, and I hate hard-boiled eggs, and so I just kept like retching them up in between takes. I just have to eat whole hard-boiled eggs and try to get through it. And it was a nightmare, but I had to act like someone who really liked hard-boiled eggs. And is that the kind of like practical craftsmanship you're looking for?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so my mission is done. Just like try to not let them have you eat food you don't like, because that's really hard to do. Was there food you really don't like?
No, I'm pretty good at most.
Well, then you're going to do fine. What were you concerned about exactly? What's your first name?
David.
David. What's your main fear in terms of acting and eating?
Believability.
You're worried that if you eat in a play or in a film, what primary...
Improv.
Improv eating.
Yeah.
So just miming eating is like, you're genuinely... this is not an improv workshop, but miming something... I mean, I
I coach improv, but like that's an abuse of the system to try to get free out of the acting class. But because I think this could be I open this up, I should open it up to questions. I'll never do it again. What's a problem you've had where like you're just not believable, where you're like, this is an apple?
Eat a bowl, forget about the food. Forget what I'm doing.
Here's an apple. Well, I mean, when I threw you the apple, you were startled by it. You went, oh! And you caught it, and then you ate some of it. But you also weren't trying to be funny while you were doing it. I'm assuming when you're doing your improvs, you're trying to make people laugh. You're trying to be funny, right?
I guess in theory.
In theory, you
I
drop.
try to play it straight.
You try to play it straight, but you get fake food. And you're just like, I have an apple. I have a banana. Hey, look, let's eat a pizza. Yum. Yum, yum. I'm having dinner. Or like the worst would be just like, I'm eating dinner. Like not even doing mouth stuff. Like step one, like baby steps, like do mouth stuff. If you want to look like you're eating a scene, get that mouth going. Not just talking mouth, but eating mouth. Stop talking sometimes and be like, I'm eating. Please stop. I'm not going to say anything for a little bit here. Even if you need to, say it in the scene. Say like, hold on a second, I'm about to eat. Just announce it. Because like face your fear and do it anyway. If you find yourself in an improv scene and you're worried that you're not going to be able to eat convincingly, improv doesn't require all writing within the context of improv to be graceful. As a matter of fact, graceful writing is often the enemy of functional improv. You want to state things clearly so you can communicate to your scene partners and to the audience what's going on, because you don't have any real food. So there's no harm in saying something like, I'm about to eat a personal pan pizza. It's right here. Hold it. Really try to hold it and be like, that's about the right size. And then however you eat it, like the accurate way is like, oh, you eat it and you be real precise. But if you can't do that, and I'm sensing maybe that's the problem, that you're like, that the precision is throwing you, where it's like, I just get caught up in it. That's fine. Like, if you have to eat in an improv scene, and it means that the scene simply can't continue as before, then just prioritize that. Then the game of the scene is now that you are eating, and nothing else matters. Just focus. And if you realize, oh, I'm not eating in a way that clearly communicates that I'm eating food, then say it out loud. Just voice it. I'm eating a personal pan pizza right now. That's what I'm doing. You believe it? I'm eating. This is how I eat it. Quit staring at me. This is how I eat a personal pan pizza. This is, look, I don't know how you eat it. I don't know how you eat it. I don't know how anybody else eats a personal pan pizza. This is how I eat it. Oh, and it makes a mess. I know it's the wrong way to eat it. But I just will like grab at it. I sometimes I'll make like a tool out of my, I'll make like a gardening claw, like a talon, and I'll just scoop at the pizza and let the momentum throw it. I don't need a crust. It's a personal deep dish pan pizza, so it's mostly like soup. It's like Chicago style soup, and I'll just go at it. And I'm like, well, and obviously it's very messy. I've ruined my tuxedo. But I have fully eaten everything but the crust and a little, just a marginal amount of sauce and some little strings of cheese. Not even worth mentioning, but I have done it. You believe it, right? I mean, you believe it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I need you to apply the same amount of belief, the same amount of dedication to convincing people that you were eating, that you are currently wasting on worrying about whether they think you're eating or not. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Very clear, yes.
David! You have a smartphone?
I do, yes.
What brand?
Pixel.
Pixel? A Google
Yeah.
phone? I imagine Ellen being like, it was a bad idea. It's a great idea, guys. We should make phones. We're a phone company, like Apple. Apple. Save that for later. If you forget where you left your improv food, I have wonderful news for you. It doesn't matter. It is the most environmentally sustainable thing that we do as humans, is leaving improv food everywhere. It is immediately gone the second you stop believing in it, and it starts existing again when you decide to care. And if you never do, that's okay. You have a Google Pixel phone.
Yes.
I imagine you have a lot of applications or apps, as the young people call them. Yes? Do you ever find that one of the apps is draining your battery?
Specifically, sure.
Wow, Ellen. The Google phone doesn't have apps that drain the battery?
Oh, I thought you meant one specifically is draining it.
Is there ever? Well, there's always one that's a little worse than the others, right? Don't you find? But a second ago, you didn't believe that. Like, I don't want to blame any one app. There's always one that's like the nastiest app on your phone that's just sucking the energy out of the whole thing. You're like, oh, I should shut this one down. You ever have an app that you shut down because you're like, I'm not using it, but it's using all my battery?
Absolutely.
You, a human being, also have applications. We are the original smartphone. All right? I mean, think about it. It's all touchscreen. Everything's ooh, ah, and we feel it, whereas the phone feels nothing, but it responds to touch. But we respond in a way that actually means something. And we have, like, the kidneys. Those are an app, right? There's like a very important app, like, my phone can't run without the kidneys app. Not for long. One of your applications, one of the most important ones, is the brain app. And in your brain, you have convinced yourself that you have a problem eating in improv scenes. And I'm telling you, David, you don't. You genuinely don't have a problem. Any eating you've ever done in an improv scene has been fine. Everyone who saw that scene didn't give it a second thought. They just thought that guy's either eating or he's not. And it didn't matter. And you left food everywhere. You forgot about it. You re-remembered it in the wrong place, the wrong shape, and the wrong size. It never mattered, David. Stop worrying about this. I don't want you to waste another second of this life. This is your only life, possibly. Like, we don't know. And David, when I said, ask me a question, you were worried about the food that you pretend to eat in improv scenes. And I'm telling you, David, stop worrying about it. It's going to be fine. It always was. You're doing it exactly right. And if you're not, who cares? I hope this has helped. I need to talk to someone over here who doesn't work in the tech sphere. Yeah, let's talk to you. What sphere do you work in?
Vaccine development, not very popular with some these days.
Vaccine development, I want to quote this because it's one of the sadder sentences that's ever been uttered in any acting class. Vaccine development, not very popular these days. If that isn't a harbinger of a very bad year to come, not necessarily next year, but count on it. Thank you. Thank you. Are you liking this show?
I love it.
Great. It makes me feel good because vaccines make me feel good. And I want to make people who are developing vaccines feel good about what they're doing.
Simpatico.
Simpatico. Unless you're doing one of those bad ones that makes people crazy. Like one of those ones that puts a robot in your skin. I would imagine, why did you get into vaccine? Oh, first of all, what's your first name?
Clay.
Clay. Clay. Is that short for anything, or is it just Clay?
It's actually my last name, but it's literally what everyone calls me.
Everyone calls you Clay. Some people call you Mr. Clay.
Correct.
All right. And what made you decide to get into vaccine development, and how are things going? Because the first thing you brought up was that in some circles, vaccines, famously life-saving vaccines, are not popular at the moment. They're in some circles, they're always having a bad moment. Is that right, Clay?
It seems that way based on the news.
Based on the news.
But not internally, we're working on them, so.
And not internally when people take the vaccine either. Give me something to feel good about in the world of vaccines. Or just
No, it's.
Just tell me.
There's a lot of promise in a lot of oncology work that we do.
Yeah.
We all know the bigger problem is that a lot of research is driven by capitalism. And so,
Right, money.
But the hope
Jimbo.
But
Not you. But that's the Jimbos of the world. The Jimbos, classically, driven by capitalism, driven by greed, lust for money. And vaccines are not about making money. Theoretically, right? Ideally.
Not necessarily.
Ideally, we want them to help humanity, to help people to fend off the spread of disease, right? Am I oversimplifying it?
No, you're doing it.
This is the classiest this show has ever gotten. We have veered straight into public radio territory in a way that makes me feel like I have a bigger purpose. Like I'm putting a spotlight. Can we put a spotlight on the audience? Clay. Now tell me, what can I do to help? Oh no, that's on everybody. It was my fault. I know we don't have isolated spotlights for the audience, and yet I took a big swing. Clay, what can we do to help you in your area of trying to help the world? Because is that why you got into it? You want to help people?
I was going to say ironic, but it's not ironic. Yes. Yes. I'm usually a pretty cynical person, but yes.
Usually, Clay is a cynic. But in this context, you're a hero?
Wow.
I don't know. I'm asking.
No, I mean...
And that's what a hero would say. Classic hero test. And you have passed it.
Cog in the system.
What?
Cog in the system, not so much hero.
You're a cog in the system. You're part of the bigger societal movement towards, like, let's try to help stop these diseases from spreading. Is there something I'm missing about vaccines when I say something like that? That there's some, oh no, there's this other area. A blanket statement like that is true, yeah?
No, you're correct.
I'm an actor, Clay. And I'm the kind of actor that can project a certain kind of intelligence. But I'm not that smart. And I don't know a lot. I'm just a big phony faker. If I were in charge of doing anything in your area, we would all be doomed. I can't figure stuff like that out. I wasn't good in any science class ever. But I could play a scientist, and I bet I could make you look like shit if we were like doing an improv science scene, and I make you look like you don't know anything about science, and I'm like the real smart guy. Because that's just a form of acting I know how to do. But what can actors do? Because we're all actors here. Everyone here is an actor. Including you, because you said you've done voice acting?
No, he actually did voice acting for me, but different topic.
So what acting have you done, Clay?
He's done a whole movie direct. I've done an independent film, but he was one of the voice actors. That's why we were paid.
You made a whole independent film and you acted in it?
I put myself in it to put myself at risk as much as the people I was asking to do it.
Right, because as someone who works in vaccine development, you understand risk. And so you understand putting yourself into what was your independent film about?
It was your typical kind of first film slasher flick.
Oh, wow. So you're a scientist, but you're like, let's make up a story which is just about knifing people.
100%.
Right. And what was your character, Clay?
I played myself.
You played yourself?
I played myself, like breaking the fourth wall, somewhat.
You'd say, I'm Clay, I work in vaccine development, but there's someone killing me. And unfortunately, there's no vaccine for that. Is there? Will there ever be a vaccine that stops slashers?
It's to be continued.
But is that even theoretically possible, Clay?
In a dark future.
Someone said castration, and I think it's
Yeah,
it almost counts as a heckle. But I think it's such a valid point. Is castration a form of vaccination? Because I feel like there are people on the right who absolutely would say, yes, it is. Vaccination and castration are peas in a pod. What can actors do to help the cause of making the world less disease-ridden?
A great example is what Heidegger's doing with The Onion right now.
Right.
Speaking out.
Right, just speaking out. So even what I'm doing right now, even just devoting a little corner of this show to just saying like, hey everyone, get your shots. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot because statistically, there is someone here who has been fuming. Like there's just, unless we've just skewed everything to the point where only a certain kind of person comes to a show like this. There was one person here who, the second you said what you do, they were just. Castration. Tell everybody what I did to him. And so I said, castration. And everybody heard it. So putting the message out. If there's someone here who thinks that this last 10 minutes of the show has just been pure propaganda, look it up. No, don't. Find the smartest person you hate. That would work, right? Would that work scientifically? Someone who doesn't believe in vaccines needs to find the smartest person that they hate, right? This is why I don't work in anything related to pandemic or disease control, is because I don't have a system for it. It's all just about pretending. But I'll tell you this. I hate needles so much. I have to get a physical tomorrow, and I have to do a blood draw, and I'm already like pre-passed out from it. Like I know I'm gonna pass out, but I know I have to do it, and I get vaccinated, even though it's like a nightmare to me. And I know it doesn't hurt. I know it doesn't hurt, but every time I get woozy, I get clammy, I still do it, and I'm just a stupid actor. Like, you don't want to be stupider than me. Like, if you're sitting out there, if you're watching this later on YouTube, you're like, I don't buy it. Just think about, there's an actor who's doing this. It doesn't work, because they'll just think the actors are stupid, and why would they do it? Clay, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling to end the class. I'm struggling to figure out what is a dramatic point. What is the place where acting and activism, and there it is, the first three letters of the word, Clay. You can't spell activism without act, and I'm encouraging you to act, not in a play, not in a movie, and not, God help you, in an improv show. But act in the sense of taking action. If you haven't been vaccinated, go to whatever Duane Reade hasn't closed down in your neighborhood. Because there used to be 3 pharmacies in my neighborhood, and now there's 1. And it feels like maybe that one won't even be there much longer. So get vaccinated while you can, because the robots are coming to take over, and they don't catch diseases, they just go fucking crazy and ruin everything. But we can get sick, and we need to do whatever we can to stop it, all right? Fruit in improv scenes is not real. Being called Jimbo
is not the end of the world. We are rapidly being replaced by the stupidest technology of my lifetime. But there are still people in this world who are working to prevent the next inevitable pandemic. And all we can do is act.
Class dismissed.